الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا ونبينا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وأزواجه ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد، فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ولولا فضل الله عليكم ورحمته ما زكى منكم من أحد أبدا ولكن الله يزكي من يشاء والله سميع عليم. صدق الله العظيم. A very amazing ayah. An ayah that is really enough to open up our eyes to see what we want to do with our lives. The message of the ayah is such that after looking at this ayah, you just want to turn back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for His rahmah and His blessings. If a person is in a situation where the drainage in the home was blocked and the water is not coming, there is no water in the house and the drainage is blocked. This person started cleaning the drainage system of the house, and in the process of cleaning, he had a lot of that thing come on his body. His body is full of the najasa that came out of the drain. His hands, his face, his body, his clothes are full of that najasa from the drain. That stinks. And he can't really do anything. He doesn't like his own situation now. With this situation, he can't touch anything. Whatever he's going to touch, he will spoil that also. That thing will become dirty too. So a person knocks at his door and tells him that I know where the water, the main that comes into your home is, and I can open it for you. But I'm a little busy right now. Let me go and do some work and come back. This person would beg him, please, open it. Open it now. Whatever you need, I'll do for you. Just open this, let me clean myself. I can't even walk out. I can't do nothing. I'm in such a status now that I'm totally full of filth and najasa. And I must do something to wash myself. I have to take a shower now. I have to change my clothes now. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this ayah tells us that we all need that type of shower, but we don't have the water in our possession. We need to take a good shower to clean ourselves. But at this time we may not have the water in our possession. But He tells us where the main valve is, how to turn it on. وَلَوْلَا فَضْلُ اللَّهِ عَلَيْكُمْ وَرَحْمَتُهُ. If it wasn't Allah's bounties, His mercy, His blessings on you, مَا زَكَى مِنْكُمْ مِنْ أَحَدٍ أَبَدًا. None of you ever would have been able to purify him or herself. There is so much filth on us, all around us, that there was no way. We did not even have the soap, we don't have that liquid, we don't have that chemical, we don't have the type of lotions that we need to use on our bodies to purify them. مَا زَكَى مِنْكُمْ مِنْ أَحَدٍ أَبَدًا. after working on a car where you get oil on your hand, there is grease. At that time, even the normal soap is not enough to wash that grease. Now we are looking for something special that will wash out all of this grease from our hands, will wash out the oils from our hands. It's all black now. You need to do something about cleaning all of this. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, the najasa that you have got on yourself is such that you don't have no chemicals in this world available to you that can really clean you. This is the type of najasa we got on ourselves. مَا زَكَى مِنْكُم مِّنْ أَحَدٍ أَبَدًا. There was no possibility for any person to clean and purify himself. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, I have given you two chemicals. I have given you these two soaps, the special type of soaps that can really wash you good. And only these are the only two chemicals that can wash this person now. There is no other chemical. Fadlullah and Rahmatuh. These are the two chemicals. The Fadl of Allah and the Rahmah of Allah. These are the two chemicals that will wash the person and clean him, purify him, subhanallah, such a purification as if he never had any dirt on his body, ever in his life. التائب من الذنب كمن لا ذنب له. A person who seeks forgiveness from sins is just like the one who have never committed a sin. In many hadiths, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam used the example, كَيَوْمِ وَلَدَتْهُ أُمُّهُ. Comes out of the person comes out of his sins just the day he was born. Subhanallah. This is how clean and pure this person is now. Through which chemicals? These are the only chemicals in the world that can purify us. Fadlullah wa rahmatuh. Allah's fadl and His rahmah. Before looking at these chemicals, let us quickly look at the things from which we need to purify ourselves and clean ourselves. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as we look in this ayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, if it wasn't Allah's fadl and His rahmah, مَا زَكَى مِنْكُم مِّنْ أَحَدٍ أَبَدًا. Look at the emphasis that Allah is putting in the ayah. مَا زَكَى مِنْكُم مِّنْ أَحَدٍ. None of you. مَا زَكَى مِنْكُم was enough. No one would be purified. But مِنْكُم مِّنْ أَحَدٍ. Not a single person. مِنْ أَحَدٍ. Not a single person out of you. And أَبَدًا. Never in your life. Look at the emphasis that He's putting in the ayah. Never, not a single person would have been able to purify himself if it wasn't Allah's fadl and His rahmah. Something that we all have to use. The fadl of Allah, the rahmah of Allah. But before we look at these two chemicals to use, the fadl of Allah and the rahmah of Allah, how to get it and how to use it, what's the way of getting it? Look at the things that we need to clean ourselves from and purify ourselves and immune ourselves against these things. What are these things? Looking into the ayahs of Al-Quran Al-Kareem, the scholars have told us that there are 5 things that we have to deal with in our lives. There are 5 things that each and every human being has to deal with in his and her life. And we need to purify ourselves from these 5 things. Number 1, the first thing is najasat. All type of najas, dirt. And the worst najasa is the najasa of shirk and kufr. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu innamal mushrikuna najas. O you who believe, mushrikeen are najas. The worst najasa is the najasa of shirk and kufr.